Welcome back. It's now time for your lunchtime sports. Athletics is where we begin. World champion Sherika Jackson, along with Johan Blake and Anjanette Knight, recorded victories at the International Athletics meeting underway in Hungary. Jackson started the clock at 22.02 seconds to win the women's 200 meters. Compatriot Brianna Williams was 7th in 23.38. Now Blake sped to 10.04 to win the men's 100 meters, ahead of clubmate Akeem Blake 10.09 and newly crowned national champion Rohan Watson at 10.10. Raheem Ford was 6th in 10.19. Natasha Morrison was 6th in the women's 100 meters in 11.32, behind St. Lucian winner Julian Alfred at 10.89. High-riding American Shikari Richardson was 2nd in 10.97. Knight clocked 53.26 to win the women's 400-meter hurdles, ahead of national champion Janine Russell, 53.72, and another Jamaican, Rochelle Clayton, 53.79. Now, Olympic champion Hansel Parchment and Tyler Mason, with identical times of 13.14, ended 2nd and 3rd, respectively, in the men's 110-meter hurdles. Another Jamaican, Damian Thomas, was 5th in 13.45. The event was won by American Daniel Roberts in 13.12. Rashid McDonald sped to a season's best 44.03 for 2nd in the men's 400 meters, which was won by Bahamian Stephen Gardner in a world-leading 43.74. Adele Tracy, with 4 minutes 02.61, finished 5th in the women's 1500 meters. And in the field, 2017 world champion Teje Gale produced 8.24 meters for 2nd in the men's long jump. And staying on the track, 5-time the 100-meter world champion Shelly and Fraser-Pryce is set to make her 100-meter seasonal debut on Thursday in Lucerne, Switzerland. Initially, the Jamaican sprint star was scheduled to make her season debut over the 100 meters in Madrid, Spain on Saturday. The organizers of the Lucerne meet expressed their excitement on their official Instagram page in a post which said, quote, "We can't contain our excitement to witness Shelly and Fraser-Pryce in Lucerne," end quote. Last season, Fraser-Pryce opened her season with 10.67 seconds, clocking in Kenya. The current world-leading time in the 100 meters for women is 10.65 seconds, set earlier this month by another Jamaican, Sherika Jackson. Football news now. Reggae boy winger Damari Gray is the only Jamaican named in the CONCACAF Gold Cup team of the tournament. The tournament concluded on Sunday with Mexico winning a 9th title. And Gray, who made his debut for the Reggae Boys in the tournament, registered 2 goals and 2 assists in 5 outings. The team of the tournament has 5 Mexicans, including goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa, who was winning a 5th Gold Cup title. There are 4 Panamanians, along with the tournament's top scorer from the USA, Jesus Ferreira. Jamaica's Reggae Boys were beaten in the semi-finals 3-0 by Mexico. In cricket, Barbadian Raymond Reefer is the major casualty from the West Indies' heavy innings and 141-run defeat to India in the opening test, as he has been dropped for the second and final clash in Trinidad and Tobago starting on Thursday. Reefer, who made 2 and 11 runs in 2 innings in Dominica, has been replaced by uncapped Guyanese off-spinner Kevin Sinclair. 23-year-old Sinclair has taken 54 first-class wickets with 3 5-wicket hauls at an average of 23.98 each. Despite being dropped, Reefer has travelled to the Twin Island Republic as a potential cover for injuries. The match at the Queen's Park Oval will be the 100th test at the venue, while the West Indies are hunting a first test win against India in 20 years. Now, the 2026 Commonwealth Games are in doubt after the Australian state of Victoria cancelled its plans to host due to budget blowouts. Organisers had struggled to find a host city before Victoria volunteered back in April 2022. At the time, the tournament was billed as a boom for the state's regions, which would host most events. But the Premier said the projected cost had now tripled and become well and truly too much for Victoria to bear. Organisers had originally estimated the event hosted across cities including Geelong, Bendigo and Ballarat would cost $1.8 billion US. Victoria will still complete the stadium upgrades it had promised ahead of the Games, while using the money it is now saving on housing and tourism initiatives. Australia has hosted the Commonwealth Games 6 times, including on the Gold Coast in 2018 and in the Victorian capital of Melbourne back in 2006. And that is it for your Lunchtime Sports, and I am Jermaine Brown. Shamela, back to you.
Thank you, Jermaine. And that's the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pullen. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, good afternoon.